2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Hello, it's Tuesday the 20th of December. It's Mike in for Jamie, and it's Go Carolling Day. And a very happy birthday to Kylian Mbappe, Jonah Hill, Uri Geller and Ashley Cole. The government's plan to send asylum seekers to Rwanda is legal. At least that's the ruling from the High Court after a case was taken by asylum seekers and aid groups. Following the decision, the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said it was all part of a bigger plan.
Well, I welcome the decision of the court today. We've always maintained that our Rwanda policy is lawful. I'm pleased that was confirmed today. And this is just one part of our plan to tackle illegal migration.
Home Secretary Suella Braverman spoke in the Commons, announcing her intention to deliver mass deportations at scale and as soon as possible. But Claire Mosley of Care for Calais, one of the charities who's challenged the government's plan, says they will continue to try to stop it.
We believe, and our lawyers have told us, that we probably do have grounds to carry on fighting, and we will carry on fighting.
The season of winter strikes is wearing on, with nurses set to walk out again on Tuesday over pay disputes. About 10,000 NHS call handler staff in England and Wales are also taking industrial action on Wednesday and the 28th of December. Health Secretary Steve Barclay is understood to be writing to the unions to request fresh talks over the industrial action, though it's thought he still won't discuss an increase in wages. He's also got an earful from a mother of a child who has cystic fibrosis whilst on a hospital visit. She said he should not be blaming NHS issues on COVID.
We were short of doctors going into the pandemic, so I think it's really wrong to blame it on the pandemic. And actually, the damage that you're doing to families like myself is terrible.
But Steve reckons he and the government are doing enough.
Well, my door is open and I continue to have discussions with trade unions. I'm keen to work with them on a range of issues that they've raised with me.
Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has announced a new £250 million package of military aid for Ukraine to help in the war against Russia. The package will include hundreds of thousands of rounds of artillery and aims to ensure a constant flow of critical artillery ammunition to Ukraine throughout 2023. But there are concerns that the UK's aid for Ukraine may be slowing. Rishi Sunak made the announcement during a summit of the Joint Expeditionary Force in Latvia.
Pleased to say that there's widespread support amongst our Northern European allies to continue supporting Ukraine. We stand united in that.
Meanwhile, there are fears Belarus will be drawn into the Ukraine war after Vladimir Putin travelled there to meet the leader, Alexander Lukashenko. With talk of a new Russian spring offensive, the Russian president praised Belarus and seemed to pledge allegiance to the neighbouring country.
Everyone knows it well, but it should be emphasized that Belarus is not only our good neighbor, with whom we have been working, taking into account each other's interests for all the previous decades, but Belarus is certainly our ally, in the most direct sense of the word.
The clerk will report the vote. Mr. Chairman, on this vote, there are 9 ayes and 0 noes.
That was the US congressional inquiry deciding that former President Donald Trump should face criminal charges for his role in the January the 6th riots in Washington. The House of Representatives committee has spent the last 18 months investigating the riots and the role Trump played during the mayhem of January 2021. This morning, the inquiry recommended that he face charges on 4 counts: obstruction of an official proceeding, conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to make a false statement, and inciting, assisting, aiding or comforting an insurrection, which is a felony charge. Over 900 people have already been charged in relation to the Capitol riots, but it's the first time that a former president has ever been recommended to face charges. Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney was clear on her view of Trump's role.
No man who would behave that way at that moment in time can ever serve in any position of authority in our nation again. He is unfit for any office.
Still to come on the Smart 7, England's men's rugby team welcomes a new boss, and it's the death of a British music legend.
Right after this. Welcome back.
With less than 10 months until 2023's Men's Rugby World Cup, there's been some serious chopping and changing on the coaching front. Wales has swapped Wayne Pivac for the old reliable Warren Gatland, and England showed Eddie Jones the door. Monday saw the RFU introduce their new man at the top, former England international captain Steve Borthwick, who has also worked as a forward coach under Eddie Jones. He swapped Leicester Tigers for a 5-year contract with England and knows he's got a mountain to climb.
To be appointed into this role fills me with incredible pride, and I'm honoured to take on this job. Now, I know that pride will count for nothing if we don't deliver.
It's been nearly 2 years since the first season of Bath film period drama Bridgerton dropped on Netflix and broke records. The Regency-era romp fest became an immediate hit and is now back for a third season. What we don't know is when, as Netflix are still being shy about the release date. What we do know, though, is Simone Ashley and Jonathan Bailey are back as enemy-turned-lovers Kate Sharma and Viscount Anthony Bridgerton, but it'll be far more relaxing this time round, as filming is set to shift away from both their characters, as Simone explains.
It felt very relaxed and celebrate what Luke Newton and Nicola are doing. I think season 3 is going to be really beautiful.
British music legend Terry Hall has died at the age of 63 following a brief illness. The lead singer of The Specials and Funboy 3 had also inspired and worked with a host of other names in the UK music industry, including Bananarama, Dave Stewart, Sinead O'Connor, Damon Albarn and the Lightning Seeds. He led an extraordinary life, from a childhood abduction by a paedophile ring to huge success in the music industry, including the iconic single Ghost Town and involvement in the Rock Against Racism movement in the 70s and 80s. In 2019, he spoke to BBC Radio 6 Music's Marianne Hobbs about his experiences with depression and mental health. Rest in peace, Terry.
For the last at least 5 years, I've just been unbelievably brilliant and appreciating things on a different level, which I never thought I would. Like really simple things, like on the way in here, I saw a folding bike, and that has made my day. That you can fold a bike to that size. It's like origami. It's like, but just that level. And if I get one thing like that every day, then I'm so happy. So happy.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day. Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.